Hello, I'm MP5 Deacon, and I got a friend with me today.
Hello, I'm Diamond Wolf.
And today we'll be commentating over RealRTCW Vanilla Plus Edition, which is a mod for Return to Castle Wolfenstein. This will be played on the realism difficulty, without rifles being able to fire from the move.
Plot time.
Yes.
Come in. Well, Jack, have we heard anything?
Yes, sir. We've just received a coded transmission from Kessler, our contact in the Kreisau Circle.
And?
Both agents have been captured and are being held in Castle Wolfenstein.
Damn. Call a meeting, Jack.
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen. Now let's go through it again by the numbers. What did we miss?
Well, here's what we know. This is Castle Wolfenstein, located in the Harz Mountains of northern Germany, property of Heinrich Himmler. Now, we've known of the existence of Castle Wolfenstein for some time, but we've only recently heard reports from our Kreisau Circle contacts in the German resistance regarding bizarre occult rituals taking place there. Now, these characters are part of Himmler's newly formed SS Paranormal Division, a small but elite group comprised of members possessing above-average IQs and backgrounds with the occult and/or paranormal. The one in charge is this woman, Helga von Bülow. Our Kreisau contact in one of the villages below the castle has informed us that she and other members of the division have been recently deployed to the area. The kraut with the monocle is one Wilhelm Strasse, also known as Death's Head, a brilliant and ruthless scientist who heads up Himmler's Special Projects Division.
Special projects? Marvelously vague.
Well, we know it encompasses all manner of advanced weapons research, including rocketry. It's also rumored to involve ultra-secret research into chemical and biological warfare.
Charming.
But at the moment, we don't know how it ties in with this massive archaeological dig near Castle Wolfenstein.
So, advanced weapons, rocketry, chemical and biological research. Now, the occult.
It still doesn't add up.
Well, that's why we sent our boys in there. Jack, what are our options here?
Well, we could send a backup team in behind them.
Or
we sit tight and hope that they can find a way out.
It's your call, sir.
yeah? Looks like we play the waiting game.
Right, I think... Yeah, there'll be another cutscene real soon, but... Concerning the rifles not being able to shoot on the move, it's because headshots are enabled, and that just makes this extremely unreasonably difficult.
Oh, by the way, if these text screens move too fast, feel free to pause the video. He's not having a good time.
Nope.
Kommen Sie rein, Soldat.
Ihre Befehle, Herr Doktor?
Holen Sie den anderen. Der hier ist fast fertig.
Jawohl!
Those nice in-game cutscenes.
Versuchen wir es nochmal. Ja, für wen arbeiten Sie?
So a real quick thing here is there's text that you can read, and I've tried to give you time to read those. Unfortunately, because of the resolution, it goes off the page and can be rather difficult to read. So, you know, it's as good as I can do it.
His body's smoking. That's not a good sign.
Oh no. So, I also have a German mod installed, which actually, instead of cheesy English, they are all speaking German. For the most part, it's okay. It does have some problems. But you can now see what I mean by the text just running off the side of the papers. So.
Yeah, for the German mod, you'll have to point out some of the most hilarious problems.
Yeah. I might have to. I can't think of too many funny things because this is mostly serious. I think there might be some stuff later in the game. So, the real catch with the realism real quick is you can be one-shot by the vast majority of weapons in the game. Smaller caliber weapons will not one-shot you, but have the potential to on headshots. So this will not be a deathless run, but it'll be as good as I can get it. So I think you had something to say there.
I did, but I can't think of it at the moment.
Excellent. So, last thing to mention is I will be getting all secrets, and this first secret's just... it's pretty obvious, I mean. Mauser ammunition. Very nice. Although for the mod, I think they, instead of just saying Mauser, they actually use the rifle's proper name. I think it's Karnak. So, I think we're approaching the first proper death. So, that should be exciting.
Ooh, death.
I know.
That guy just died, so it can't be too bad, right?
Well, you know, you just saw that headshot right there, didn't you? So,
I saw that you died.
yeah. I was headshotted, so there's very little you can actually do to kind of prevent that with this. It's RNG, and usually I don't like RNG like this in a game, but I think it's okay because it... yeah. It's kind of like Blood, you know, on higher difficulties, where there's almost no reaction to hit scan. And I think it makes the gameplay more interesting. So...
Poke that board until it shatters.
poke all the boards. No. So these first missions are pretty, you know, typical. If you're concerned about the story, Blaskovich and a unnamed Agent 1 have been captured. Surprisingly, in the prequel to the new Wolfenstein games, the Old Blood, they basically used this as a format, and Agent 1's a lot more of an important character, but I don't remember his name, so apparently not too important.
Still just a plot device?
Pretty much. It does have it has very good tie-ins to the main game, which is nice. But it's kind of meaningless. I mean, here he's a set piece, so he kind of went up a good bit. But we're about to see my favorite part of this game.
Part where you jump out of windows?
Well, no. You see, grenades. You can just push G and they just throw out no matter what. They're awesome.
Perfect for people who are shooting up the floor. To create convenient holes to jump down.
Yes. I mean, first time I played this, that ambush did catch me. So it's good. I mean, this is very well designed. I'm trying to remember who actually made this. It wasn't id.
Slowly poke the stone wall till it shatters.
Yes. Well, more like violently with the knife. I really love how the knife stabbing is just...
But you're
all
still
the way
just
to 11.
poking a stone wall until it shatters.
And? What else did you do? Gray Matter Studios.
After you just poke that stone wall, why not just poke all the stone walls and watch the entire building crumble to the ground?
See, you don't grade out stone walls. That's the key point.
Ah yes, level geometry, strongest material in the known universe.
Yes. As you can see, I had a little fumble with my keys. It's all good, though.
Everything is suitably exploded.
It is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the grenades are no dynamite. Dynamite's difficult to use in this game once we get it, but I think it's the highest damaging explosive. Maybe the Panzerfaust does it, I'm not sure though. So, a little history
Yes,
here.
I shall eat your dinner. A little history?
Yeah, I know. Who would have thought? Most of you might not know this. Some of you might. I don't know. So, Return to Castle Wolfenstein is the reason that Call of Duty exists. Yay! But it basically was the first game with that, style of gameplay that eventually, Call of Duty took and reformed and then just copied, several times over.
All clear.
But so this is the one that started it all. Yet another id-powered title that revolutionized the industry, and I think kind of for the worse a little bit. But a lot of other things were happening as, you had more change into a professional business style. It makes sense that they'd be looking for more consistent products, so...
Was ist hier los? Wo sind die alle? Die Hälfte der Wachen ist
Now,
verschwunden.
I think...
Der Major hat doch die Wachen rings um die Ausgrabungen verteilt.
Klingt so, als wäre man etwas nervös. Haben Sie den Major kürzlich gesehen?
I'm gonna try to remember what they're talking about.
Ich weiß. Otto
Oh gosh,
erzählte
what's her
und
name?
Frau
Did you speak German?
I do. I can't remember her name though.
Helga?
Yes, they're talking about her and
Wir sehen uns später. Ich muss den Wagen passieren.
gosh dang it. Anyways, they're talking about what's all the people going on to the my gosh, I can't. Anyways, I think it's that she's personally overseeing something. Anyways, the guy says, okay, I'm going to go and clean my rifle. And then he starts walking back to the so that one guy will walk up to the window, the other guy will walk back into the barracks there. You can try and do it stealthily, but the problem is, those guys up on the balcony there, I had to redo this level so many times. Because I tried to do it stealth, and you just can't. If you want to kill that guy that goes up to the window behind me there, it's impossible to do it stealth. Because the guys on the balcony in the next room are going to see him, they're going to run the alarm, so it's kind of best just to commit. Now, I think this is a new addition from the mod that we're about to see.
Snowflakes?
Dogs. Game knowledge helps you do things like that. I mean, or you could just lean everywhere. But leaning's kind of weird in this game because you can't shoot while leaning. So it's good enough for being able to see where people are and just start blind firing with the MP40, which, that's a very effective strategy. But yeah, I'd like to talk about dogs. Dogs are amazing. They, see, the Karnak 98, I think that's the motto, right? Yeah. Little secret, most people don't know that. It one-shots most of the soldiers, but the dogs take 2. So, dog better than man confirmed. Yes, that's her name, Helga von Bülow. Ah.
The Dark Knight, so they're trying to resurrect Batman.
Well, I think his name's King Otto. Of something. If I remember correctly. So, that switch we pulled in that officer room there opens up this munitions locker here, which isn't really helpful if you've been picking up the ungodly amount of MP40 ammunition, but the grenades are always nice. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this wonderful snow particles of... I mean, what's your opinion there, Diamond Wolf, of that beautiful snow particle?
What I'm wondering is, how revolutionary would that have been for the time? Because I could easily see how you create that with just a couple of transformed sprites, or maybe a couple of,
Hast du's nicht gehört?
squares.
Das ist
I
kostbares
think it uses the
Eigentum.
Intec
Nach den
2.
Anschuldigungen hier würden so viele
Engine
Sachen
system.
abhanden kommen ist.
So, what these two guys are talking about, they're talking about, oh, why do we have to guard this stupid wine? And then the conversation moves to, hey, we could just take a bottle, they won't notice. And then he says, oh, it's their personal stash. We can't do that. And, you know, conversation ends. Anyways.
That would have been an interesting Easter egg. Like, if you sit there for 5 minutes, they're just like, you know what, you're right, I'll take a bottle.
Well, that would be interesting. So, since we got a wonderful bottle, there, we're talking about something, really. Space Cowboy Mead. It was a raspberry mead, absolutely delightful. Not very strong. I think it was like 7.6% or something like that. Amazing. If you can find it, check it out. Great spirit. I love mead. Anyways.
This comes from our resident brewer.
Yes. Yes. And I have my own version, you know. It's finally been bottled. It's aging.
Na los! Schnell! Schnell!
Although it's heresy, so my family's German. Well, German. And I favor English beers. So that...
Ich habe etwas gehört.
Yeah, that gets me in trouble. Honestly, I like to imagine that officer's just some jackwagon, like stereotypical lieutenant, you know, just going, "Oh my gosh, I heard something. What's going on?"
Just kick the bar.
Well, see, what's happening is I'm frantically trying to remember where a secret is. And I'll get it eventually.
That alarm's not helping.
I'm about to... Oh, I realize it. So, the next secret, I think, is the last in this level here. You don't have to do it. The explosion radius isn't big enough that you need to use a grenade. So, interesting thing about the Real Return to Castle Wolfenstein mod, there's a setting, and I have it enabled, where if you get all secrets, it gives you bonuses. It's why I have a bandage in my inventory that does so much health. I think the alcohol might do more health, I'm not sure. But,
Yeah, just go fashion, just drink to heal the gaping bullet wounds.
Yeah, you know, when you're tipsy, and eventually you're wasted, you know, you don't feel pain like you should. I don't know if I have to reset this. This is very much a luck of the draw kind of here. Also, another resolution problem. The tracers in the gun do not line up with the camera. So I avoided death, but the benefit of this here is they give you the MG42 here to shoot soldiers that are running out. If you manage to get them all, there'll be none when you return to a previous area. I did not get most of them, but I did survive, so there's that. Yeah. Car 98K. Was I calling it Karnak?
Yep.
Gosh dang it. I'm thinking of Serious Sam here. But as you can see, the game just gives you a ridiculous amount of ammunition if you look for secrets. So it's very much a use it since you got it. Like, don't save anything. Period.
Guess you'll just be able to replace it in 2 seconds?
Not necessarily. There is a point in where they reset your inventory on, I think, like mission 4 or something. So it's things like that of how you're going to get a lot of ammo anyways when it comes to explosives. You know, if there's a tough room, there's no downside. The wonders of leaning. It does make me wish this was more like System Shock, though, because, you know, you could lean and then unlock your aim from the camera control and just move it to match that guy without even having to change where you're looking. Although, I think the AI could not react to that. Like, the AI struggles to react when you corner peek them.
And just imagine, like, in Descent, some robots have the ability to shoot robots straight out of their or shoot missiles straight out of their back. That just reminded me of that.
That's actually why I don't have the enemy soldiers can fire with rifles while moving. Because it's the same situation there. They'll be running, pointing directly in front of them, fire, and the bullet, you see the like trace come from the side, and it just headshots you. You just can't
While
react
they're facing
to
directly
it.
away from you?
Yeah. It just adds so much artificial difficulty. It was one of those settings that I'm like, okay, I'm fine with the headshots because you can kind of outplay through map knowledge. You can't outplay that. But yeah.
Part 3, tram ride.
I know, we're almost here. So we went through the dungeon to the lower keep, and now we're finally going to escape. And I got a silencer because of that 100% secrets. It does not affect anything. I promise you, if you had the normal unsilenced Luger, this would not play out any differently.
Just makes it sound cool.
It does. I mean, silenced weapons do have a thing because there's sound propagation, but you can, as long as
it's like useful.
Go ahead.
It's like useful in environments that aren't this environment.
Yeah, because there's only one guy you have to worry about, and that's the guy that comes out from the door on your left, because he will actually run back. I'm shooting those windows out for a future thing, but you can see why this is a terrible weapon.
Can't even hit a window.
Yeah.
Dang it, Alex, learn to aim.
See? Headshot.
You've been headshotted.
Yeah. Yeah. But that guy that comes from the left door, there's an alarm immediately to the right of that door, so he's the only one that really matters. So you can see he's shot. The other soldiers are, you know, properly away. It doesn't affect the thing. And it's kind of weird because they want you to do stealth, but as you'll see... Oh, there, he got the... As you see, stealth is kind of a little impossible in this second room here. I do like that the AI does different things at different times. Like, it would suck if those guys were just up here all the time, or in the office downstairs all the time. Instead, they run over by the alarm because they need to set it again. This is...
Hear that alarm blaring? Yeah, we need to turn it on.
Yes. What's interesting here is because of the alarm having been set twice, the AI bugs out. Because normally, there's no way to go into this room without a soldier that's normally in that back area here turning on that alarm. There's just... Maybe if you could, like, cook a grenade long enough and sprint to brutally murder that one guy, like, you know, something run it, but at that point, you don't even need to be.
So, fun fact, MP5 and I have been talking a little bit about what a Wolfenstein movie might look like. And we've got a question for you guys. If you were to translate this scene into that movie, how would you do it?
See, I think it should be done how I'm about to play it. You know, without the fumbling around like an idiot, because this is a video game. But, kicks the button to activate it, then lies in a prone position on top as he snipes people, you know, downwards. I think that's the best way. Now, also remember that, the Old Blood had its own rendition of this style, if you're familiar with it, in the scene. So, definitely something to consider. I always like to show the artwork here. I think the text is the same, aside from the objectives for the mission.
Oh yes, don't forget to take your cyanide tablet if you are captured.
Yes, very important. But as we can see, Blazkowicz did not commit suicide, nor did Agent 1, who I don't remember the name of.
And if I remember correctly, the thing says to escape, and then like only take the cyanide if you're in a position where you might give up the information.
Yeah.
I also seem to remember that didn't the Germans actually find the cyanide tablet, and that's how they figured out you're a spy to begin with?
I think so. Honestly, this reminds me of Half-Life, like surface tension, when you're out there by the tentacle, and you gotta get into the drainage system out of the mesa, like, it's that hatch. It's all that hatch. That hatch reminds me of it, because there's a hatch just like that goes into the drainage system.
Whee!
The joys of geometry.
Yeah, looked like the cart just got ice physics.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird. So, if you go on top, because you can't go on top and actually get on the guide rails there, and you can go down them, it's very strange. It's designed to shove you off to the right side. It doesn't really like you to be on the left side and shove you off that way. We picked up the MG42, a wonderful addition, because normally it's only in a fixed position in this game. But the mod here makes some soldiers carry it, and you can actually use it as a light machine gun, which is accurate to the real weapon, which could be a light machine gun, anti-aircraft, placed heavy machine gun. It was the universal machine gun version 2. The MG34 was the first one, which actually was more widely used because much of German armor was designed to fit the MG34, so it was still being manufactured for its use as an anti-personnel weapon for armored vehicles. We're approaching.
Shattered grate.
Yes. Because bullets can break a grate.
Guess what? 1-2 bullets just shattered that thing. Silence tiny gun bullets, no less.
Anyways, I'm sure you can appreciate the Thompson, a World War I era gun designed.
Ruhiger hier. Situation unter Kontrolle.
Und der Amerikaner?
Tot.
Ausgezeichnet. Wachstation Ende.
Designed and manufactured too late to be of use in World War I, but thankfully, there were plenty of them readily available for when the US came into the war. It's wonderful history. I do think you should look it up. I think the situation concerning it probably helped save a lot of lives. Our lives.
So, what was that? What was that conversation over the radio?
Oh, it's Kessler saying, "Hey, the American's dead. Everything's right." I just killed Kessler for the hell of it. Anyways, this is the end. So,
well, you gotta not kill Kessler first, right?
Yeah. Weird save things happen. So, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Enjoy.